The world famous Butch and Bob Show.
World famous Butch and Bob Show here on WIFO 105.5 FM in Jesup, Big Dog Country Radio. Morning, Bob. How you doing?
I'm good.
Doing good? All right. Go Dogs. One. Now we got two more ranked teams coming up in a row.
Yeah.
Ole Miss and Tennessee.
That helped the strength of schedule, which that selection committee says we don't have a strength of schedule, but so much for that. The next 3 weeks we beat all those teams, and they'll finally put us back to number one. So.
That's right. Missouri was 12, and now we come up. I don't know what
Ole
Ole
Miss
Miss.
is 10.
10. They're still 10. All right, and then Tennessee's right there, close to that. And so, congratulations to the Dogs, Wayne County Yellow Jackets, traveling up to Spalding County, right?
I think they say Griffin, Georgia. Spalding, just playing at Spalding High School, but they share the stadium with Griffin.
We're going into the county. It'll be like going to Wayne County, taking on Wayne County, but we're going to Griffin to take on Spalding County, right?
I get lost on Cherry Street. I just know we're playing Spalding High School.
Griffin is in Spalding County, like Jesup is okay. So we're going to Spalding County, take on Spalding County, and going to Griffin.
Share the same stadium.
They share the same stadium. Both schools do.
Griffin, Georgia.
Man, that ought to be something else. Going up there. So congratulations to the Jackets making it to the playoffs, and we're going to be playing Saturday night, folks. Remember, it's Saturday night, not Friday. Their AA and Quad A schools are scheduled here in the state to play on Saturday night. And Bob will be up there with bells on, him and Joe ready to do the play-by-play, send it back down here to the fans of Wayne County. But right now we've got a guest in the studio with us this morning. Bob, who do we have?
We got city elections tomorrow, and we got a candidate for Mayor, Tyrone Johnson, the challenger to the incumbent mayor. Tyrone, appreciate you coming in. How you doing?
Doing well, guys. Doing well.
As we've been reporting, the turnout's been very low. 709 people out of 5,357. I had to call my mathematician. That's 13% have shown up to vote so far. Where's everybody at?
Good question. Actually, as we transition into that, I wanted to start the show this morning by saying to everyone out there that it is indeed a beautiful day in the neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? It's a neighborly day in the beauty wood, a neighborly day for a beauty. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? I have always wanted to have a neighbor just like you. I've always wanted to live in the neighborhood with you. So let's make the most of this beautiful day. Since we're together, we might as well say, would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? Won't you please? Won't you please? Please won't you be my neighbor? So to all of my neighbors out there in Wayne County and in Jesup, Georgia, it's time for us to get rocking and rolling tomorrow to move the vote count on up. Bob, you mentioned something very interesting, and that is you mentioned about the election being, or the turnout being low. The turnout is somewhat low, but the turnout is typically low in a municipal election. We go back and look at the previous municipal elections in Jesup over the last 20, 30 years. Voters typically are not as interested in local elections, unfortunately, as they are state and national elections. During the last race 2 years ago, we did see a significant shift to a higher percentage of persons that showed up to vote. Actually, looking back, I was pulling the data on the recent elections. Going back to 2011, the total number of persons that showed up to vote was 23.79%. In 2015, it was 12.99%. When David Earl Keith became mayor, 329 votes were cast when he became mayor. When Herb Shaw, his last election, he received 595 votes in that election. And even in the last election with David Earl Keith, it was 312 votes. So that shows the degree to which we have had low voter turnout for quite some time. It is my hope that we can motivate. I don't know what you guys think is causing our residents to be maybe so apathetic about engaging in something as important as electing city officials and mayor of the city of Jesup. But even when I look back, I was even surprised to see there have been instances where we've elected city council persons with fewer than 50 votes. So our residents, I think, need a reason to vote. I think the problem is that so many of our voters, we haven't given them a reason to vote. Maybe government hasn't been working for them. So I submit that when we have government working for the people, we probably will see an uptick in engagement overall from our citizens. At least that is my hope.
Again, this is the second time that you're running against Ralph Hickok, so the obvious question is what makes you think there's going to be a different outcome Tuesday night?
I expected there would be a different outcome because I've been on the ground having conversations with citizens all across this city, and our citizens are not pleased. We now have a track record as mayor, 2 years, a track record as mayor, and it's not speaking to our residents. I submit that better is possible. I'm in this race. I wouldn't be in this race if I didn't think it was winnable. I believe we would get a different result this time because I think the voters now fully understand who I am. I think they better understand my profile. I think they most definitely understand that I am experienced, that I'm capable, and that I would be a great caregiver for our residents. In many instances, we have seniors, we have those with special needs, we have youth, and it's like we focus on everything but the human agenda. I'm going to be a mayor who's going to focus on the human agenda. I'm going to be the mayor who's going to be in the schools reading to the children. I'm going to be the mayor who's going to be in the nursing homes praying over the sick. I'm going to be the mayor who's going to be accessible. I'm going to be the mayor that people can be proud of. So I'm encouraging everyone to get out and vote on tomorrow. If you want better results, if you want an end to conflict of interest in government, if you want a situation where the mayor is accessible to all citizens in every district of our city, I am your guy. Won't you be my neighbor? That is the theme for today, because I believe that when citizens realize that the mayor is concerned about them, that the mayor will come to every district of our city to have a conversation, that the mayor is not fearful of debate, that the mayor is willing to talk to citizens anywhere, anytime about the concerns that they have about our city, they are going to vote for me. I'm expecting citizens to show up tomorrow and to vote for me like never before because they realize that I'm the kind of person who will address their needs.
What changes would you make? What would be different? And what do you see that you don't like?
Well, I've already articulated some things already. Some of the things I don't like is the fact that we're not upholding ethical standards in our city. When I talk about conflict of interest, for example, we had a situation a little while back where I think the conversation at the time was about the Martin Luther King building and the need of HVAC services for the Martin Luther King building. And our mayor suggested that his son provide HVAC services for free to the city. Did he not know that that was unethical? Did he not know that free is not necessarily free? Someone offers to do something free, well, that would permit the person to also have that as a trump card for going and soliciting business elsewhere because he would have provided services to the city of Jesup. We have to be careful of making sure that the city is always well represented. Even if you're going to send out something politically in our community, you don't do so with the city logo on it. So that's being conscious of what to and what not to do in the role as mayor. If someone's going to be the mayor of the city, the mayor will certainly have to know that this is a nonpartisan election. This is not a partisan election. It's a nonpartisan election. Neither he nor I represent any political party in this election, contrary to popular belief. The person who is mayor of this city has to be able to have a conversation with everybody. As mayor, you can best assure one of the first phone calls and one of the very first conversations I'm going to have is going to be with the governor's office. But not only with the governor's office. We also have 2 senators in this state. Has he had a conversation with either of them? I will have a conversation with everybody. You can best believe Blake Tillery will be hearing from me. You can best believe Stephen Meeks will be hearing from me. Brian Kemp will be hearing from me. Raphael Warnock will be hearing from me. And John Ossoff will be hearing from me. Because when it comes down to representing Wayne County, we want the best results. We're not interested in partisanship. We are interested in best results for our citizens. That is the kind of mayor you'll get with me, and that's what I'm fighting for.
So how's the campaign going? I mean, what do you hear when you got meeting people?
Well, the campaign is going wonderfully. What I'm hearing is people simply want responsive government. They want, if they've got a busted out sidewalk, they don't want that to sit there for weeks before it gets addressed. We want responsive government. We want to make sure that the small things are being addressed as well as the big things are being addressed. We have issues, of course, we got the Commerce Center here. We have industry that we're trying to attract. But industry is not interested in coming to a place that is divisive, where the leaders are not getting along, where they can't cooperate. That is detrimental to the overall bottom line. One cannot say that we're for economic development if we can't even get the leaders in the room to get in one room and have a conversation. Even the most recent conflict over SPLOS, the way in which all of that unfolded. People, it's like a horror movie. In some instances, people have walked into it, and in other instances, they have driven into it. And it's a horror movie for those of us who live here when we see that our leaders cannot get along and they're constantly bickering. It's a comedy for our surrounding neighbors. They're laughing at us. Since when has Jesup been the laughing stock of Southeast Georgia? Well, we pretty much are, because people look over here and they say, wow, those guys are really characters. City council meeting, characters. County commission meeting, characters. This is serious business. When one is elected to government, it is time for partisanship, political malarkey to end. It's time to govern at that time. And our leaders don't seem to understand that there's a point where you turn it off and a point where you turn it on. I am the leader who understands that, and I will work with anybody to make this place better.
So when people go to vote tomorrow and they see those two names, Tyrone Johnson and the incumbent Mayor Ralph Hickox, why should they vote for Tyrone Johnson?
They should vote for Tyrone Johnson, as I have articulated many times over, because I am prepared, because I am experienced, because I'm excited about this place that we love. And I'm also the person who truly believes and truly wants to fight for you as my neighbor. I'm the person who is going to wake up every day with you in mind and making sure that the concerns for you, the concerns of your family, that those things are addressed.
When you say experience, though, I mean, what do you mean? I mean, you never held public office before, so where is it?
I'm speaking of experience of dealing with people. I'm speaking of experience as a business owner. I'm speaking of all of those things. And I'm speaking of making connections, because no one becomes an elected official until they become an elected official. I have the fortune of having been groomed by one of the best elected officials that Jesup has ever seen, and that was my father. So going to GMA meetings, going to ACCG meetings, that was something that I did even as a kid. Even as the Heart of Georgia Regional Commission representative for Wayne County. In fact, I want to share with some folks who back in January, when the county commission did what it did in terms of my removal from the regional commission, I want the citizens to know that that did not stop me in any way for fighting for Wayne County. I have been to every regional commission meeting since that moment in time. I have never stopped going to regional commission meetings. I go every single month, and I retrieve information that's helpful to us. I've come to the mayor's defense and his support at times when such was needed at city council meetings, based on my knowledge and experience of having been on the regional commission. So what I want people to know, rain, shine, snow, or sleet, I'm going to fight for Wayne County. It's what I do. It's who I am. It's what servant leadership is all about. So no matter whether I am elected or not, I am going to fight for Wayne County. But it's best that I be in the seat fighting for Wayne County, because even the replacements that they've sent supposedly in my place don't come to the meetings the way that they should be coming to the meetings. I'm at every single meeting. I can account this year of my being at every regional commission meeting. I have not missed one, because I am not going to let anybody stop me for doing what is right. No one can ever stop a person for doing what is right. Right is in my heart. Right is who I am. Right is what I do. And so with that said, Wayne County, I think you fully understand, and you can hear in my voice the vim, the vitality, the enthusiasm, because I believe that you are wise. The citizens of Jesup are wise. They see through all of the things that have gone on, and they are going to redeem the time. They're going to show up tomorrow, and they're going to vote for A. Tyrone Johnson for mayor of this city. We're going to get a different result tomorrow. And so, therefore, I encourage everybody to get out to vote, because better is possible. And when better is possible, good enough won't do. If you want greater possibilities, new opportunities, a healthier community, and better living, if you want unity in the community, because I'm going to call, upon my being elected, I'm going to call for a community-wide unity prayer breakfast for this city. I've already talked to religious leaders, because they understand the importance of our bringing our community together. We can get Jesup back on track, elect A. Tyrone Johnson as mayor, and we will move Jesup on up for the people.
Okay, well, appreciate you coming in. Wish you the best of luck.
Thank you so much. Have a great day, guys.
All right, take care. All right, Tyrone Johnson, our special guest this morning here on the world-famous Butch and Bob Show, candidate for mayor of the city of Jesup. More of the world-famous Butch and Bob Show in a minute.
Me and my buddies grew up on the Omaha.
Concerts are memories that last a lifetime. Join us for Hospice of South Georgia, Inc.'s very first charity concert event, Omaha River Jam, featuring Cameron Marlowe,
Tonight we're gonna burn them all.
Dylan Carmichael, Mackenzie Carpenter, and Lance Stinson.
I was born there, raised up right there.
We're taking over JC Fairgrounds in Jesup on November 18th for a great night of country music, football, food, drinks, vendors, and more. Our gates will be open at 3 p.m. for a special Georgia versus Tennessee live stream and tailgate to kick off the fun. All funds raised will go towards our organization to support the free hospice services we provide to families in need. So grab your tickets now, and we'll see you in JC Fairgrounds in Jesup. Learn more about this event by visiting OmahaRiverJam.com.
On the banks of the Omaha. Oh, we done taught them all we know, brother.
105.5 FM in Jesup, Big Dog Country Radio, WIFO. We continue on with the world-famous Butch and Bob Show here on WIFO. Bob, you're going through your news there. Anything on your line this morning you want to talk about?
I just want to go back to this bracket. Like I said, Wayne County is in this bracket, seeded 4. But again, if they get through this first game against Spalding High School, they got a pretty good road. They got a good chance to make a nice run. So
Okay.
I like the bracket we're in with the bracket we're in with Troop and Cairo. We'd play the winner of that game, and then the bottom part of the bracket is Heritage, Catoosa, Westminster, North Hall, and Stockbridge. So I see Wayne County able to play with any of those teams. So Wayne County's got a good shot to possibly see BC back in that semifinal game. That'd be fun.
All right, got to get past Spalding. Spalding, the region champ for their region, and we'll be taking them on there in Griffin, Georgia, this coming Saturday. Spalding County, Wayne County at Spalding.
6 o'clock game time. So we'll bring
6
it to you
o'clock
live
will be
here on
kickoff.
Big Dog 105.5 FM. So
And we'll have it down the World Wide Web at BigDogCountry.com. Just click on live stream. It'll be right there. And also on our YouTube channel. We have to add the YouTube channel a lot because the stream on our BigDogCountry.com live stream gets packed. It gives out of bandwidth, I guess, and we put it on YouTube, and that's got a lot of band space. We ain't got to worry about that.
that bottom left bracket, they got some good teams in there. North Oconee's in there, BC, LaGrange, Baldwin. So and on the right side of the bracket, Burke's over here with Perry and Trinity Christian and Bainbridge. And upper right-hand bracket got Westside Macon, New Hampstead, Shaw, Stars Mill, Lovett. So be interested to see who makes that Final Four. But again, Wayne County's got to start at Spalding. But if they get by Spalding, then it's another long trip either to Cairo or Troop for the Sweet 16 matchup. But I like our chances. I like this bracket. I think Wayne County's in a nice spot in that bracket. So
Okay.
just got to get through that first ball game, go up there and beat a number one team, which is always tough to do when you're a 4 seed. But I'm sure they're not happy with seeing Wayne County in that 4 seed with the second leading rusher in the state of Georgia, Matthew Fuller. So they got their work cut out for them as well. So looking forward to the trip. Looking forward to the matchup. Looking forward to talking with Coach Shaw tomorrow and bring his comments Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday for the local sports. And it all begins this weekend. 32 teams enter in each classification, and one team gets crowned state champion up at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta.
All right, the second season begins this weekend. Wayne County going up to Spalding County in Griffin, Georgia. First round of the playoffs. Kickoff, 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock is first kickoff, 6 o'clock. A little different there.
And our two senior pitchers in girls softball got recognized. They're going to the Southeast Georgia or the North-South All-Star game. They're going to play at Truist Park on November 18th. Both Dakota Crow and Eddie Tower got selected for that.
That's good.
All-Star. So that's the best seniors in the state. So they both received invitations. So wishing the best. That'll be a fun time up there at Truist Park pitching in that stadium. So it should be a great crowd. But congratulations to both Eddie Tower and Dakota Crow being selected for that event up there in Atlanta. Exciting times.
Exciting times.
I said soon the all-state team will be. I'm sure that Wayne County's going to have some recognition on that all-state team as well. So they were recognized well in the all-region team, but I think the the state team's recognized and named at the end of this month. So as soon as we get that all-state selections, we'll announce those. But I'm sure Wayne County varsity girls softball team have several team members on that all-state team.
Okay. All right, all that going on right there, and then you got who's meeting tomorrow night or tonight?
The county
meets tonight.
Yeah,
county council meets tonight.
The city canceled their meeting for like agenda items tomorrow night. So but
didn't have enough on the agenda, so they just said, we won't meet because they meet twice a month.
Right. The county meets tonight at 6. Have a report tomorrow here on the local news. So busy time. Just hard to believe it's still November. I'm still trying to grasp my head around it.
It's already November.
Christmas will be here before you know it.
That's right. Just perking right along here. Got 2 full weeks of work for a lot of folks left, and then Thanksgiving week. School will be off all week long. A lot of folks always off on Thanksgiving, and some people have off Friday too. So it's a 4-day holiday there. But this week and next week, and then Thanksgiving.
I still don't like this time change either. I don't like this.
You don't like this time change?
I just don't like it.
Yeah. Well, we got to live with it, Bob.
I understand.
It's been this way since we've been alive, Bob. So
just leave it alone. I just don't like it.
You don't like it getting dark around 5:45?
I really don't.
We've only had one day of it yesterday.
I'm already not liking it. Not liking it.
You're not liking it, huh?
Nope.
Well, at least the kids won't have to stand out there in the dark so much waiting on school buses and coming to work. Because by the time it gets in a few weeks now, it'll be dark. If we on the old time, it'd be dark at 8 o'clock. Yeah.
It's a beautiful weekend weather there. Saturday.
Boy,
was
wasn't it
gorgeous.
just
Yeah, it's nice.
gorgeous weather? Enjoyed being outdoors as much as I possibly could over the weekend. It's going to be gorgeous this week also. A little warmer, though. It'll be getting into the 80s beginning, I think, tomorrow the next day. Today is 79, so right at 80. That's close enough. 80 tomorrow, 83 on Wednesday, and 82 on Thursday, and 83 on Friday. And then back it down for the highs in the 70s this coming weekend. But still, just beautiful sunshine weather all week long, like last week. All right, Bob, anything else in your mind? I think we're about out of time here. Yeah, we are. Okay, that's it. All right. World famous Butch and